Hey, what's up, everybody? It is time for the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're about to flow.
It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. You know him as a dope actor, Kevin-d-benton. 360 twice jam, how he keep winning. And you know the baddest actress-nikee-warren. She so bad you walking past, she had you speaking for her. If you ain't tuning in, this your reality check. You might miss out on your favorite star celebrity guest. When they celebrate, what you do, you get the bell, yeah. During Kevin's Corner, get inspired and encouraged, yeah. Bend them corners while you listen, but don't swerve. Find out what's getting on Nikee nerve. What's bothering Nikee? What's bothering Nick? What's bothering Nikee? What's bothering Nick? Keep on playing. Me and Kevin goes and we gon' get you hit. Yo, check us out on social media. In your mobile phone, we everywhere. You ever stations played out like a ringtone. Follow me like Bino R-E-M-E-Y. Bino Remy. Pop like Simi. And my flow hotter, thicker semi. Been doing this since I scraped up pennies. But back to the subject, Kevin-Nikee.
Yo. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Hey. Remember, what was that? Remember what's happening? Hey.
Hey.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It is the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio and a whole lot of other platforms. I'm actor-kevin-d-benton.
And I'm actress-nikee-warren.
And we are back
Yes.
for another exciting edition of our show.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yeah, man. So, we always excited about the show.
Very excited
all
about
the things
our show.
we got going on.
Very excited about our show because it has been doing so well.
Yeah,
and that's thanks to you guys. See, y'all got me choked up and ready to cough.
I thought you were going to say I'm ready to cry.
Listen, they got me choked up, but you know how you.
But you know that's what I say. Y'all get me choked up, I'm ready to cry. I thought you were going to say, y'all get me choked up, ready to cry. You say, y'all got me choked up, ready to cough.
Well, I was getting choked up, so I have to cough it out. See,
I got you.
It's out now. You guys got me choked up. I am ready to cry because without you guys, our show would not be the hit that it is. So thank you. My mother always taught me when people do you right, so you say thank you.
That's right.
You say thank you.
Yeah, they say thank you, and I'm sorry, and I love you. It'll take you a long way.
Yes.
They say 3 phrases that'll take you a long way in life. I love you, thank you, and I'm sorry. And and actually, the 2, thank you and I'm sorry, will take you real far. Yeah.
And so
we appreciate y'all guys. Yeah.
Thank you from the bottom, middle, and top of our hearts.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We could not do this without you. Thank you.
And we do what we do for you. So as long as y'all keep tuning in and following and liking and supporting, and we're going to keep bringing you guys hot shows. And, our hope is that with every show you tune into, that you can not only enjoy it, be entertained, but walk away with something that'll be thought-provoking, heart-moving, and life-changing.
Yes.
I just came up with that.
And that was so perfect. That was so nice. That was so nice.
Oh, she getting choked up. Y'all. Yeah. But anyway, with that said, it is now time for the many adventures of Kevin and Nikee.
Yes.
Yeah. So look, we always got something going on, even when it look like nothing ain't going on. Something's still going on. So Nick, what you got going on?
Listen, I'm super excited. And now, you know what? I believe we can say this because it's already out.
Okay.
God Friended Me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's already out. I know we signed the NDAs, but it's out now.
Yeah, that's right.
It's out now.
Yeah.
The pilot already came out on television. You guys, I pray that you saw it. It is so good. Now, for those of you who haven't really checked it out, God Friended Me, and Kevin and I had the pleasure of being in this scene. Yeah. We're episode 107. 107.
So ours is forthcoming.
Now, actually, that's episode 7.
Episode 7.
Yes, they call it 107.
They call it 107, but it's episode 7. Yeah.
Okay, so listen. What God Friended Me is about is pretty much about this young man who, and I'm not going to tell you all of it because we want you to see it, and we also want you to be looking out for us.
Look for us. You going to see it. I'm trying to tell you.
Looking out for us.
Yeah, we were featured. Yeah, we were really
Yes,
featured.
we were. So what it's about this young man who lost his mother, whom he loved so much, and he, blames God.
Yeah.
And so he basically, changed how he lived. He became an atheist, and he started living his life. He has a podcast. And so his podcast pretty much is based around him telling people why there is no God.
Right.
Because God, let his mama die.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not going to tell you the movie because you have to see it. It's so good. But he gets a friend request on Facebook from God. Yeah. And his life began to change. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I like this. I like the concept, and I'm going to tell you why.
The concept is
so
awesome. Good. Yes.
Yeah, the concept is awesome from the I want to say the part about getting the friend request from God.
Yeah.
But also from a realistic standpoint, because I have a foundational understanding in religion, philosophy, theology, and stuff like that. And a lot of atheists, their belief system is one of the strengths of their argument that there is no God is that why does God allow evil? Because if God is love, why does he allow evil, hurricanes and destruction and things like that? And so that is one of their arguments. And it is a very, very strong argument. For why people may say it can't be a God if I'm looking into the world and I'm seeing kids getting kidnapped and killed and stuff like that, and wrongdoing and evil. So it is an excellent concept. And one thing I like about the arts, film, TV, it's all about creating material that resonates with people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It resonates with people. It can cause one to identify, because maybe there's somebody out there that's wrestling with whether there is or isn't a God who can identify with, well, my grandparent passed away and they were a good person and it was always kind and helpful. And how could God allow something like that to happen? And I think to some degree, every person has looked at something that they've gone through in their lives and said, how or why? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's an excellent concept, man.
It's
it really
an excellent concept.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I watched the beginning pilot of it, I was so impressed because this young man, he was like, listen.
Yeah.
He like I said, I'm not going to tell you, but it has this comedic side to it as well.
Funny too,
on this young man trying to figure out who God is on Facebook and why is he friending him.
Right.
So in the beginning, with the beginning part in the pilot scene, he does go around chasing people around the city that he think is playing with him on Facebook. It's hilarious. I'm telling you, you guys are really going to enjoy watching this.
Right. And it doesn't appear to be a show that's pushing any kind of perspective. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it's pushing any kind of perspective. And I like religious or non-religious presentation where you're just presenting your side and let people decide what they want to believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, this is one of the one of the foundations of the Constitution is freedom of religion. And so I hate it when people are getting all bent out of shape and angry and you can't even go to a Sixers game together because one believed this and one believed that. Who cares? What you believe is what you believe. What somebody else believes is what they believe. But I say this much. We all gonna find out what is really what at the end. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna find out definitively, should I say. So until then, man, listen, it's an excellent concept. Check it out. Me and Nikki is in the TV series. We in episode 7, and you definitely gonna see us sitting behind Malik Yoba. We was part of the family. They made us part of the family.
He was all leaning back asking people for candy. I'm like, what's going on with Malik?
He was real cool. He was real cool.
Yeah, he was just really cool.
Blended right on in with everybody, and it seemed like they were strategically positioning people in certain places in the church scene, and we were sitting with some of the lead characters.
Yeah, we were. They were on our row.
But that was one of the lead characters' real mother.
Yeah, her mother.
Yeah, that was a real mother. We were they kind of sat us there to look like we were part of the family.
And the beautiful thing is that Mom really enjoyed herself, and I cannot wait for my mother to come and sit on set and watch me do my thing.
Well,
I can't wait for that. That's going to be an awesome moment, just to have her sit over in the corner and just watch me. That's
part of the scene.
Be a part of it.
Yeah, be a part of the scene.
But I know my mother, she gonna be so nervous. She was like, Nikki, what am I supposed to do?
But here's the thing. If it's a thing where you just gotta sit there like a church scene or something like that, that's cool.
Oh, but hold up. My mother cannot sit in a church scene.
But then she'd be the best believable actor in the church scene.
She gonna get that shouting and like, Mama, this is acting.
Right, but they gonna have the camera all on her because it's gonna be real believable.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I know my mama. She gonna be shouting and carrying on. So we gonna figure out.
Wait, even if it's an Episcopal church, that's a quiet church. Like they just sit there and nod.
No, my mother is an outburster.
Right, but I'm saying if it was an Episcopal church where it's not loud music and stuff like that.
My mother is an outburster.
She would be one of those, when I think about...
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, my mother used to go down to, that church, that big old Catholic church that is across the street from the child court or whatever. My mother used to go in there and light the candles for the children who were going into the court to get, I guess, reunited with their families or whatever, and she would go in there and
shouting with the candle in hand.
With the candles, and she would be praying loud like, "Mommy, you supposed to be quiet in here." Right. I know, but I need the Lord to hear me. Like He hears you. You gotta be quiet. So she's an outburster.
I got you.
I know for a fact.
That's great.
I know.
Yeah, for a fact. And that's gonna be great, Nick, for you to be in the scene, to incorporate your mom in the scene. I can't wait for you to see her and you on the screen, for her to see you and her on the screen. It's a great feeling. I had the chance to do that with my dad in a movie. It hasn't been released yet, but we were in a church scene together, and it was a great feeling to just have my dad, to be able to say that me and my dad filmed a movie together.
Okay, so is Mr. B an outburster?
He could, he might. I mean, one thing I'm gonna say is that who he is in church, whether it's a movie scene or who he is in church, he gonna be the same. So it's gonna look believable. It's gonna look real. If he gonna wave his hand on the camera, he would do that in real church.
He would do it in real church.
So no acting and pretending. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. B.
Yeah. So it was good, but it was a great feeling, man. Just to have that, we made history together in the movie, and we waiting to see where that's going to come. Yeah. That's going. It's going to be awesome. But anything else?
Well, you know what? We're staying on the grind. We applied for a lot of stuff, and we're waiting to hear something. Oh! I shot my first film for Philly Cam.
Okay, yeah.
5 short stories. Yeah. And that's in the editing process. We are done. We are wrapped with that. Super Zero. And I am, shout out to GJ Mack. And I'm just so excited about that. And I cannot wait for you guys to see that coming on Philly Cam very soon. We wrapped it and we're in the editing stage. And also I got cast for another one. Okay. Another five short films going on Philly Cam. So I got 2. So you're gonna see me deuce.
That's what's up.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna be seeing me. So I'm super happy. I'm super happy about that. Super excited. And and guess what?
What's that?
Monday, was our boy's birthday.
Whose birthday?
Comedian Edwin Douglas.
Oh!
Woo! He get the bell. He get the bell. Okay, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. The birthday song.
I ain't singing Happy Birthday. Because I'm going to mess the song up.
No,
it's not that I don't want to.
Oh, come on. You got it.
Comedian Edwin Douglas, I wish you a very, very happy birthday. When you start the song.
Happy birthday.
Why do black people always got to run to that song?
Happy birthday to you.
All right, let's switch it up. Happy birthday to you. Remix.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Now to the go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. See, you did it well.
There you go. I'll tell you.
You get the bell.
I've been breathing lately.
There you go. See, you did it right.
That's right.
See, you've been working on your breathing.
I took your advice.
You know, I'm just saying.
I took your advice.
Listen to a sister.
Look, I know how to listen. I ain't too proud to listen.
Okay.
I ain't too proud to learn.
I know a little something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's great stuff, Nick. So two Philly cam, short films. That's always good to get exposure.
Always good.
Whether it's local, international, national, worldwide, whatever. You know what I mean?
And we're ready for more.
That's what's up.
Listen. Like we said last week, we came back on our hype grind.
Yeah, we sure did.
From Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, we came back strong with it.
Yeah, we sure did.
And we are ready to go.
I hear you.
We are ready to go.
Yep. And man, I gotta mention this. I had an opportunity to see a screening of the new movie that's out that was in select theaters last week called The Hate U Give.
Oh yeah.
Now listen, let me just say this.
Oh yeah.
This is a phenomenal
movie.
If there was 4 stars, it gets 4 out of 4 stars. This is a phenomenal movie. The acting is phenomenal. But one thing I loved about this movie, it hit on all the areas dealing with the killings of unarmed African Americans.
Nice.
I mean, when I say all, it hit on all the areas through the dialogue.
Yeah.
Not just through, the unarmed African American played by the super talented Algie Smith from the New Edition story. Mm-hmm. He plays the character that gets shot. Yeah. But through the dialogue, and I don't want to give it away. I'm struggling not to give some of the tidbits away, but you know how they talk about we're living in an age where our fathers, our uncles, our brothers got to have this conversation with our nieces. Yeah. Well, Russell Hornsby, shout out to the whole entire cast. Cause I hate calling names, you're going to leave somebody out. And definitely shout out to Angie Thomas, who the movie was written based on her number 1 New York Times best-selling book. Okay. Shout out to George Tillman Jr., who's the director, super talented director of this and the whole entire cast. But Russell Hornsby plays the father that instructs the kids on what to do when you get pulled over, if and when you get pulled over by a cop. Okay. So one thing I learned about this movie and that particular character was his character played everybody's father who was watching that movie. Nice. Because if the cousin in the neighborhood or the father or uncle don't have that conversation, if they see this movie, the father and through the dialogue had the conversation not just with his kids, but all the kids that were watching. Oh wow! But it hit on the black on black issues. It hit on the Caucasian perspectives towards the killings. The police getting off. It hit on all the issues. Nice. It's going to take you on a emotional roller coaster. Nice. It is that good. Please go see this movie. Nice. And it seems like
it's along the lines of
Jason's letter. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And here's my thing. When I think about The Hate U Give, when I think about Jason's letter, it's all of us as artists getting together to tell a story. Yes. It's not about one outshining the other or which one is better. If people want to, they want to judge from that perspective, that's on them. Yeah. I'm celebrating this movie because it is a relevant movie like Jason's Letter for such a time as this.
Yeah.
And I feel proud that we made a movie that speaks to this issue, and that George Tillman Jr. made a movie along with their actors and stuff that is still speaking to this issue.
And more movies are going to be made until this issue is dealt with.
Yeah. And it was very real.
Yes.
It was very raw.
Yeah.
It was very, very relevant.
Yeah.
And I mean, I walked away with so much.
Yeah.
I walked away with so much.
Nice.
And
nice.
Go see The Hate You Give. I'm telling you, you will be blessed.
Nice.
And it's not a cop bashing movie. Once again, not like Jason's Letter is not a cop bashing movie. Like, you know, John Singleton, who we had the opportunity to interview on our show. They're just telling the story. They're talking about what's going on out here.
That's
you know
all.
what I mean?
That's all. Listen, you guys, go see this movie.
Yeah.
The Hate You Give. And Jason's Letter is already on Stars. It's on Stars Demand. It's coming on Stars. It came on Monday, Encore. Go see this movie, Jason's Letter. Go see The Hate You Give. I mean, you guys will truly, truly, truly be blessed by both of these movies. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. And you know, we want to open up the floor for dialogue. We want to talk about it. Email us on the Kevin-and-Nikee-show at yahoo.com. Let's start conversation about this. Everybody, let's get involved. Let's talk about it. And let's get some conversation going. Well, I guarantee you.
And you know what? And that is one of the purposes of these movies, to generate conversation. Yeah. But here's the thing. We want to generate positive conversation. Right. This is not angry, hate, bitter conversation. Right. It's because we have to draw attention to these issues that are going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These issues that are going on. And Jason's Letter is going to do it. Mm-hmm. It's going to force you. It's going to force you. The Hate You Give is going to force you. And they gave the acronym for Thug Life.
What is it? Tell it.
Well, it stands for like the hate you give leaves infants effing everything. Just saying F it. I don't even care.
Wow.
And it was very, very powerful. And Tupac was talking about this in his movie. Wow. That's what Thug Life stands for. The hate you give leaves infant effing everything. Wow. It's powerful. It's very, very powerful.
You guys check this out.
You gotta go check it out. In theaters everywhere, October 19th.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Woo,
and shout out to Integrity Click for
Charlie Hills and Charlie Hills.
Yeah, Integrity Click for.
You know what? They get the bell. They get the bell. They get the bell.
It was great.
Doing phenomenal things. Charlie Hills, shout out. She get the bell.
That's right.
Integrity Click get the bell. Shout out to Lottie Dottie, everybody getting the bell.
Great. It was great. Kids were very impacted. And it was real interesting because like in the theater, now the way they set this event up, it was for all teens. So it really wasn't any adults except those that were kind of working the event. Mm-hmm. So, but the teens were in it because they were trying to create an environment where the teens were free to express themselves. And man, they was in there expressing themselves. Like, girl, why'd you slap that bee and stuff like that? Wow. It's on that level. It's going to move you. Because some of the dialogue going to have you want to jump in that screen and Bruce Lee kick a few people. I'm just telling you right now. Yeah. But it's good because it's going to move you emotionally. Nice. And we need to be moved emotionally, but to thought-provoking. Nice. You know, emotion. Nice. Not bitter, angry.
I love it. I love it. Let's talk about it.
All right, So we're going to take a break?
So we're going to take a break.
But before we do, we got a special guest for your behind. Man. Yeah, listen. Our special guest is a multi-award-winning director.
You know what? He got to get it.
He get the bell before he come on.
Before he even come on.
Now get this. Yes. Get this, gang. Between his projects, and we're going to tell you what those projects are.
Yes.
He has produced.
Yes.
Over 40.
Come on, preacher.
Award-winning and or nominated actors.
Come on, preacher.
Over 40.
Come on,
We counted today.
Come on, preacher. Come on, Pastor.
You know, we better take a break because if we don't take a break, we ain't gonna take a break. So we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, you're gonna hear from our special guest. Please, y'all are gonna want to hear this super talented man.
Yes,
and he's the man with the master plan,
super
and he
excited.
spits out movies. He's like he the man, and he is the man.
He spits out movies in his sleep.
Yeah, he spits out movies.
He every time we turn around,
He's
I'm on another one.
He's
spitting them out.
Yeah,
he's spitting them out. Yeah,
conveyor belt type stuff.
Listen.
Yeah.
It's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We are everywhere and we'll be back.
All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Yo, this is the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and a whole lot of other platforms.
Yes.
We are back. We are back. We are back. You cannot listen to that song without that.
Listen. That's the jam.
That's the jam.
There. You cannot listen to that song, like you said, not want to get up and just bust it.
Yeah,
mean, like, bring it all the way down to the floor. I love me some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I love me some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
They definitely love it.
Yes.
Yeah. You gotta add that. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, listen. We want to get ready to introduce our special guest.
Yes, Lord.
Take it away, Nick. Take it away.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. Our special guest that we have for you today is a multi-award-winning director. He is a director, a writer, a producer, a playwright, cinematographer.
Yes, sir.
He's the director of The Gift You Forgot to Open,
Yeah.
Emergency Landing, which my boy here, actor-kevin-d-benton, tore out the frame. And I had the opportunity of being in that movie as well.
Yes, sir.
Faith versus Mountains, which I had the pleasure of being in, and tore out the frame.
That's right.
Okay. Spending Thanksgiving with the Moretties, which we both were in.
Yeah.
Again, turn out the frame. Okay, Pharohs-bread, church folk. Listen, he has won 3 Church Star Awards, 1 Spiral Award, and this the part right here.
Y'all listen up.
This the part right here that gonna get the church shouting.
Yeah.
He has produced
over 40
multi-award winning actors between awards and nominations. I'm talking about none other than our good friend to the show, Mr. Rodney-l-Cherry.
Hey.
How you doing?
What's up?
Hey!
How you doing?
All right.
We're doing good.
Doing good, man.
Hey, it's good to be on the show with some great people.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I love the connection, and let me give a special shout out. You guys have been great to my vision. I just love your work ethic, your professionalism. I just thank you for always being there for me as I go through this process that we all are enjoying, that we know there can be a challenge.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Much love, peace, respect, and prayers.
Oh, thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brother Rod.
So much, yeah,
thank you so much, man. And thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the show. You wear a lot of hats.
Yes, you do.
You do a lot. I call you the one-man wrecking crew.
Listen.
You direct, you write, you edit. We left out editing.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you spend hours and hours of editing. And you spitting out movies like some kind of movie conveyor belt. And you do a lot, man. But one of the things we definitely want to thank you for, as we threw out that stat of you have produced over 40 plus actors, award-winning actors between awards and nominations. And, there are some projects and some people that I earmark and Nikki earmarked as those that gave us an opportunity.
Yes.
And so when I was making my transition from background to principal actor, there were 2 directors that gave me an opportunity. It was Kevin J. Sheaf, In the Eyes of Love and Vengeance, and Rodney-l-Cherry, The Gift You Forgot to Open.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
And I played One Eye Willie. And I never forget, man, you really stretched my ability. You really challenged me to be a better actor. And that last scene, the tear-jerking scene, you said, "Can you cry on the spot?" I said, "Yeah." You said action. I started thinking about my job. I said, "No, I can't stand it." Brother Rod said, "And cut." And that was it.
That job of his, man. I tell you.
That was it, man.
So, dropping the seed in the lives of others and stuff, you know what I mean? And, that's how, we grow and we grow together. No man is an island. And it takes, everybody, to run the race, whether you at the beginning or you the anchor man, you know what I mean? The race is run, by individual that's willing to endure and have that heart, to run.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to say, we about to take up an offering for you right now, man.
You know what?
That came straight from the church.
Pastor is preaching today.
Yeah.
Pastor is preaching.
That was all about.
That's right, man.
I guess love giving people the opportunity.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
In this business, there are a lot who make sacrifices from taking off from work, rejection, and just never having the opportunity to allow their gift in them to shine.
Yeah.
And I just like to give people the opportunity. If you come on my set, I'm going to give you a line.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you an Oscar moment if I'm able to, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, it's all about just building something with everybody, it gets somewhat of a creative force.
Right.
And that pretty much leads to that power, that TNT, that dynamite,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
To just make things come alive.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about,
That's right. Well, look, we want to jump right on to this interview,
We want to
man.
jump right on in because you have done so much and the resume just goes on and on and on. Tell our listeners how you first got started.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was, I went to the movie, how old was I? I was a young buck, and I went with my dad to see the 5 Heartbeats, and just something just came over me in the movie theaters. It was like, for the first time, I identified my calling.
Wow. Confirmation.
Watching all of the old black and white movies, watching movie after movie, whether it was comedy, drama, and all of that. And I would rehearse and I would play with some of the lines and some of the characters and stuff, right? But I never really, put it to heart, put it to mind. Like most people, you have some type of handicap. And I grew up with a speech and learning disability. I believe I was in the 12th grade reading maybe a 5th or 6th grade, grade level and all of that.
Wow.
So I pretty much, if you said, write, direct and all of that, I just felt incompetent at the time. So after I saw this movie, I just began to invest in myself.
There you go.
Something I wanted to do. I just took one brick at a time, and I guess I wrote my first short story, Broken Promises, that I submitted to Ebony magazine, that made it into, I forgot exactly what the letter said, but they accepted it, but I never heard from them again.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Well, at least they accepted it.
That, exactly, that inspired me, the fact that they was able to read, my material and stuff, right, and just, I guess, continue, to listen and just grow in faith, because you need a lot of faith and strength, in this business.
Yeah.
And just continue to just move forward, and I just took one at a time. I started out doing plays, and I was doing plays for almost a decade, 12 to maybe 15 years. I was just doing stage plays. Mm-hmm. Pretty much all through my 20s, going into my 30s. Just doing stage plays until one day someone came out and they saw the play Love Songs-Werent-Meant-to-Ma.
Right.
And they asked, can they do the project? And I was excited, but after just doing some personal research and just digging in my heart, I felt that it was the time, for me to live that long life dream that I felt in the movie studios back in 1991. And this was the year 2000 and I believe 13, and I was fulfilling my dreams, even though it took nearly 16, 17 years, right? Mm-hmm. It's like faith just opened the door for me right then and there.
Gotcha.
And by faith, I just started, in the business.
Yeah, and we forgot, we left out Love Songs Wasn't Meant to Make You Cry.
We left that
That's
out.
another movie that we in.
Yeah.
We left out that one. Like you said, your resume is very, very, awesome. And my question, Brother Rod, that if for a director to put out, maybe one movie every 2 or 3 years, that's a great accomplishment. You're putting out movies kind of like regularly, like maybe one a year, sometimes two in the same year, perhaps maybe one at the beginning, one at the end. How do you do it? I'm sure somebody wants to know that.
How do you do it?
It's a system. It's endurance, right? It's not like I'm trying to, outbeat anybody.
Right.
One, you have to love what you're doing.
There you go.
You have to love what you're doing, and the hidden spoken word treasure that's inside of you. You want to share it with people.
Right.
So I guess mainly discipline myself. I guess every morning I meditate. The first thing I do in the morning. I write. I come in the afternoon. I do the business part, and at nighttime I do the film and the editing part.
Wow.
So I guess pretty much break it up and get 3 categories. And I constantly get practice their rotation 3 to 5 days a week. And you get amazing how you can pretty much write, be in post-production, pre-production at the same time. And while I'm finished up on one project, I'm pretty much getting ready to shoot a new project, you know what I mean? So I guess pretty much get stock, deliver, and work, you know what I mean?
There you go.
Pretty much, my formula, of success.
There you go.
Just keeping, busy.
Right.
Wow.
Man, to our listeners out there, I hope you caught those nuggets, his formula for what works for him. Try it out. Test it out. See if it works for you. It's working for him. The proof is in the pudding. He's putting out movies, man. He's putting out movies, and these movies are powerful. They're good. They're effective. They have great actors in it. And once again, over 40 plus actors, actresses between award winners and nominations have come because director Rodney-l-Cherry is giving opportunities. And we know that in this business, sometimes opportunity can be slim to none.
Yes. And you know what? One of the things that I love about working with you, Rodney, is that not only are you directing, but you're also educating us while we're on set. Yeah. I remember when I first started working with you, one of the things you told me was, Nick, pull that hair back.
Pull the hair back, yeah.
Pull that hair back because you need to have your cameo. You need to have it shown. And I have learned so much over the years from working with you on your sets, even from the lighting, from the proper clothing to wear. I have learned so much. So tell our listeners a little bit about how important it is to have, I guess, let's say the right outfit, the right hairstyle, the right makeup. Tell our listeners a little bit, coming from a director's point of view, how important that is.
I can tell you much as I've tried. For me, get the editing part of it, right? When I go back and watch the actors and editing, right? I said, oh man, her hair is all in her face.
Yeah.
If you just study television, you want to be the actor that's on television. You know what I mean? Because you're looking at something, like I said, I'm an independent company, but you're looking at a mega Hollywood movie. If you get to pick up corners like that from the actor's posture, how they wear their hair, how they wear their makeup and stuff, right? That would pretty much teach and show you, all that you need and stuff, I like to say this. I watch movies in 2 categories. I watch every bad movie, and I watch every Oscar or movie that's great. And I just compare the two with everything, right? And as an actor or director or producer, just always look for comparison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If so-and-so, does she wear such and such like this? Or I hope I'm answering the question correctly.
No, you're doing good.
I try to study, because the internet is full with, information, and sometimes I may not have time to sit down and, and read just some simple articles. I'm so busy. Just that from my point of view, when I get to the editor room, everything that's not corrected, you're going to see it.
Right.
So when the next time I go on set, I may come to you, who graciously, took it direction away, or, about the whole hair. I just noticed that so many people are not prepared, when they go on set.
Gotcha.
And I've known actors who've been kicked off big productions because they was 5 minutes late.
Right. Yeah.
With a diva attitude.
Right.
Those small points just learning the business, goes a long way, So I tell any actor, study the business and just watch and observe what has been established already.
Right.
Because, like I said, that's a professional company, et cetera. They know what it takes, to have that movie or that project, in a stellar type mode. So that's what that's my word to anybody, today. I will reach out to the director like you normally do, Nikki. When we're not on set, you ask questions, and like Brother Kevin, he'll call and ask about the lines and all of that, right? Mm-hmm. I would just always reach out to the director or the producer to prepare myself. Yeah. So when we go on set, it won't be any stumbling blocks. And you and the director is on the same page.
That's it. And you will get cast for more parts.
Yes,
and we left out that he does casting too. So
yes, he does.
Like I said, your resume is off the chain.
And you know what? That's another question I wanna talk about, because with the casting process, mm-hmm. how important it is, Rodney, to cast the right person. Like, how important is that?
It's very important. It either make or break. It either make or break your production. Whether you get somebody that has the ability, or whether you have somebody who has to pull it out of them, mm-hmm. or whether somebody's peaceful and humble, or somebody's a hair raiser. All of that plays a major role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In casting and stuff. People always say I was crazy when I used to say this. But I believe that casting directors are pretty much like mothers, or they have a good gift of discernment.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? They have a good gift of discernment, and they can see exactly who can play the bad guy, or who can play, the loving mother, or the deceitful judge, or the crooked lawyer and stuff, right? That it's like you can just look in the eyes, and it's like you can just open up and see exactly that person will play that role well. And then there's been times when I just have the actor to test the waters. Kevin, when you did The Gift You Forgot to Open, you was a desolate, homeless man.
Yeah.
Very low self-esteem, somewhat mentally unstable.
Yeah.
But when you played Emergency Landing, you was a frustrated husband, because of what your wife was putting you through in the marriage, and you was able to pour both of that off. You know, so sometimes you can discern, and sometimes you just have to incorporate somebody, talent, or, lack of talent into their role.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now with that, mm-hmm. I have to ask, have you, he laughing because he knows
what's coming.
I don't know. I'm clueless.
I have to ask, have you ever cast someone that just wasn't bringing it like you thought and had to replace them? Because I remember listening
without saying no names.
Without saying any names, I remember listening to Tyler Perry when he was talking about casting, and he had cast for one of his plays, and he said that the actress he thought had the potential to bring out what he was looking for, but when they got in rehearsal, a bunch of the actors, they could not. So he had to replace all of them with more actors. Have you ever gotten to a point where...
But I would have to ask, right, what part was Tyler Perry in his career? Were he the Tyler Perry that was pretty much like rising up when he was... Or was he the Tyler Perry at the beginning?
Right. That makes a difference,
There's been moments when I really wanted to keep somebody off the production, but for the sake of that project and the other actors who work hard, I had to incorporate their lack of talent or their lack of character, because when you're in the independent market, you can't pay people, you don't have a salary.
Right.
There's a lot that you don't have compared to a company already that can fire somebody and pick up the phone and dial. And then sometimes, out of insecurity, you may be hesitant, not to fire anybody. Yes, I have fired a few people,
right.
Mainly on the theatrical side, but on the production side, because what was invested already in and trying to reshoot, because you know a lot of the independent actors, you know, they in 10 projects, and it may take you 3 months to get them just for that one scene.
Right.
Sometimes, you know, you just have to work. Even though you in your heart, you really, really want to just get rid of them and replace them, but sometimes you just don't have the inventory of calling somebody else and asking them to be casted.
Right.
So I guess I could deal with that.
Right. And also with that said, just to add on to that, Brother Rod, you have a knack and a special way of pulling the best out of your actors. And so I would like to say that probably in cases like that where, you know, you kind of have to deal with that particular actor, you know, you can just coach them, try to pull the best out of them. Because like I said, man, you pulled the best out of me and Nikki. The gift you've got to open one eye Willie. That was a growth. That will be a project that I will always earmark as a growth because of how you coached me and then how you challenged me while you were directing and things like that. And it turned out well, so much so that I got nominated Best Supporting Actor in that role. And I was just making that transition from background to principal actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And it takes everybody because, like I said, you know, you want to be gracious, you want to have a great reputation, right? You want to do, it's just a two-way street when it comes to firing people and recasting people. It's a professional business, right? And get as directors and to all of the actors out there, sometimes, you know, we don't have time, you know, to turn every scene or every project into a workshop one-on-one, you know what I mean? Especially if you're pushing. I had 3 hours to shoot this scene because the office says it's the only time that we have.
Right.
Sometimes it's difficult to turn every scene or every line into a workshop, you know what I mean?
Right.
The expectation from a director to an actor is like you guys to be ready. You two are one of the most prepared people on in rodney-l-cherry production and stuff. You come ready, you know your lines, right? You don't have to run in regular scripts. You know, all of that is great, you know, it's in the eyes of any director, and you guys keep doing that. Oh my God, the sky's the limit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all about preparation too. So you wouldn't have the attitude or question, should I be fired from being on set.
That's good
wow,
stuff.
That's good stuff.
That's
right
good
there.
stuff right there.
That's good stuff right there.
Y'all hearing it from one of the best, multi-award winner, director, and so much more, Mr. Rodney-l-Cherry.
Yes. Now I gotta do it. I gotta talk about Emergency Landing.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Emergency Landing.
Emergency Landing, very hot like fire.
Yeah.
I want to talk about distribution.
Yeah.
For Emergency Landing and spending Thanksgiving with the Moretties, which, you know, the Moretties won the Spiral, won the Church Star Awards. Yeah. I want to talk about Emergency Landing first and distribution. So where is Emergency Landing headed right now?
Well, Emergency Landing is scheduled to be online within 1 to 2 weeks. You guys was probably on the air when the email went out. I was asking all cast members about their digital copies, you know, for Emergency Landing. You know, like anything else, like I said, you got to search for someone who is willing for the distribution. So with any, like most independent project, you know, you put it on, you know, your Amazon Prime, you try to submit it to Hulu or
Netflix
or Sundance, you know, network and etc. From there, you know, you get like the old music term, try to watch it and let it fly.
Right.
You know, once the project is completed, you know, there's still a lot of work to be done. But when the project is completed, you know, you just got to stick it online and just hope that someone will come across it. You know, like I said, I guess the independent market is rough. It's hard. Last year, I think over 4,000 movies was made in the United States that were registered. So out of those 4,000, you know, you try to take yours and try to put it in the forefront, or just hope it may be viewed by somebody at a bigger production company. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Emergency Landing is it's a great movie. It follows the relationships of 4 couples. And I mean, this movie really stretched me because the character who I had to play, is very opposite of my personality. You know what I mean? So I had to play an angry and frustrated, not to say that I don't get angry and frustrated, but not to the point where, you know, I committed a murder-suicide in this movie. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to show the stages of anger, and it was challenging. It really was challenging. Yeah. But like I said, you gave me the opportunity, you gave me the coaching that I needed and things like that. And, you know, I like the fact that you can look at one character in Emergency Landing and say, hey, that's one character Kevin's playing, and look at The Gift You Forgot to Open and say, hey, that's a total different character. You know, talk about to our listeners and those out there, who don't want to get typecast. You know what I mean? You don't want to get typecast. You look at a Kevin James, from King of Queens. If you think about it, when he's in Grown Ups and, you know, King of Queens, he's the same character now, but he's making a lot of money. Now, if it's making a lot of money for you, you stick with it. Sam from, Martin, he plays the same character, whether he's in Two Broke Girls or on Martin, but it's making a lot of money for him. So Sam, you stick with it. Talk about the importance of being able to play different characters, thus not getting typecast for those that don't become that Kevin James or Sam or Martin.
Well, like I said, all deal with humility, you know what I mean? And this business got a lot of false humility, you know, like I said, you have people who pose trust the process and trust the process. There may be a season in your life that the only roles they have is you know, being a bus driver, or you the African-American guy on the corner selling drugs, or you the African-American guy, the father, or you the African-American guy that's washing tables. But when you look back at all of the old movies, and if you look at their resume from all of the great actors today, white, black, green, yellow, brown, they started out with small roles before they built themselves in the industry. And if you do, like I said, accept those roles, just look at them as learning grounds, learning curves, learning tools. Because number one, you're part of production. You can sit back, you can watch and see exactly what the directors, what the producers want. Okay. You know what I mean? You get an opportunity to network with the stars and stuff, right? Most likely, they'll probably tell you the same thing. You know, look at Samuel Jackson, right? He played a lot of small roles at the beginning of his career. Yeah. And then when he got cast for his first major role, boom, you know what I mean? Right. He never looked back. You look at Wesley Snipes, you look at Gina Davis, you look at all those great actors that played small roles, the dishwashers, the maid, the goofy girlfriend to the star. Right. You know, they had to start somewhere, and even going back to the typecasting, I don't think you can really get around it without being typecast.
I got you.
Yeah.
I really don't think that you can just walk up and land a major role without first getting your feet wet and get going through the different stages. But just look at those moments of growth and say, how can I be that actor that I want to be? Right. Go through this door, stand in the hallway, and then open the final door.
Right.
Nice.
That's good advice. That's good word.
That's
right
very
there.
good advice. That's very, and you know, I want to thank you so much for giving me a platform. Emergency Landing was my second movie, but my first movie with you, my first movie was called Colville, and then I got cast in Emergency Landing, where I was walking around with a baseball bat
and black boots on. And I'm gonna tell you, Nick, when you walked on set, I was scared of you literally, because you was in character, man.
African-American woman, they're gonna be loud and thudding and boom, you know what I mean? I look, I said, I bet she play a good Lene.
And the name was Lene. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I walked around with a bat.
That'll be the leg.
You had me.
That girl, we put a deposit on that trip and all that stuff. I said, yeah, that's something Lene was saying.
Yo, let's go jump them, girl.
I had like so many characters with you. You had me walking around with a bat in emergency landing. And Faith versus Mountains, I was beating people up. Spending Thanksgiving with the Moretties, I was cussing people out.
Yeah. And
then Church Folk, I was just all over the place. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I got a kick out of every single character. Yes, I got a kick out of every single character. So I just want to thank you for that. So my next question is, what's next?
What's next?
What's
What's on the conveyor belt?
Not making excuses. Everybody, may judge and talk about you. Won't he hire a cast? Won't he hire a crew? Won't he raise money? Won't he do this? Won't he do that? But sometimes you got to do it all on your own.
That's right.
Yeah.
Noah built the ark and the rain came.
Yeah.
So, but they're moving on. As soon as we finished Pharaohs-bread, we started Hush Hush. I decided to delay it because I wanted to give back, number one, to the actors, and I wanted to finish some projects that we've been working on, like, for instance, Emergency Landing, which is scheduled to be dropped in about a week or two, Love Songs, which should be out between February and March, and then I'm going to start right on Hush Hush. We start production next springtime.
Okay, cool.
Nice, nice.
They cut back and push it back because I wanted to do, the Blossom Award show this December. Since I put out, like I said, 3-4 movies, 2 plays, 2 documentary, and a web series, I decided to celebrate the actors that was in each project, and we can get together and be a good old-fashioned reunion and meet up and greet up with everybody who hasn't seen since the production and just, have a great award show.
Great.
Nice.
Now, give us the date. Give our audience the date. And
the attentive date is December the 16th.
Okay.
At 4 o'clock. We're working out that right now. We're going to do the whole shebang. We're going to feed, we're going to do the award show, and we're going to dance.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay. Well, look, we'll definitely be keeping our listeners up to date about that. And, it sounds like it's going to be a great time.
It does. It sounds like we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Brother Rock, can you cut a rug, man? Can you dance?
I usually can cut a rug, right? I can pop a little now and then,
So you giving the church folk answer because your church fans are going to be listening to this.
With the phones, man, you got to be careful today with the phones. Somebody may record you.
I know that's right.
You're being recorded now, man. Say no.
You got to watch yourself, you know what I mean?
That's true.
You got to watch it today because somebody's always recording, you know?
He said somebody said, I got you, man. Well, listen, man, we want to thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the show. Thank you so much for the opportunities that you have given.
Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed, the interview in this session.
Oh, man.
Thank you so much.
And we definitely got to have you back on the show when you win more awards. But like I said, man, we're just so grateful and appreciative. We know how hard it is to get an opportunity, to be given an opportunity.
Yes.
And, sometimes in order to win an award, you have to be put in a position to win that award.
Yes.
You have to have the amount of screen time, lines, and then you got to bring it. Mm-hmm. So it's not an easy thing to win an award.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. You have to have the right role and all those things. And you put people in a position to win.
You do. Yes,
I kind of look at you like a basketball coach. You put your players in the best position to help them be successful, but to make the team win, the production win.
Yes.
And you're winning, man. 40 plus actors that have gotten between awards and nominations. I'm going to venture to say you got the record, brother.
Yes, you do.
And continued success to you. We're going to continue to keep you in prayer. And you ever need us, hey, we only a phone call away.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, thank you so much. Now, we want to give you an opportunity to put your social media out there just like we do all of our guests.
Yeah.
And we always say, once you come on the Kevin and Nikee show,
your family. Well, you was already family,
yeah,
but you already family again.
Yeah. Put your social media out there so people want to follow you.
Instagram, Rodney-l-Cherry Production, and it's Facebook, Rodney-l-Cherry Production.
Keep it simple. That's how I like it.
That's it.
Keep it simple.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, man. Thanks again Love you, man, and continued success to you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Love you more.
Love you. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Yeah. That was awesome. He touched on everything.
He hit it.
He hit everything.
He gave us acting, directing, pretty much 101, 102, 103, 104, and 105.
Yeah.
He
touched on everything.
Yeah, man.
And I like how he was, talking about, the cameo. Not necessarily cameo, but how you pull your hair back.
But that's big. It may be something small, but that's something really, really big. Yeah. And I remember we were filming Emergency Landing, and I was on the phone, talking, trying to find out where my wife was. Remember in the movie, she left me, and he was telling me, Kev, change your position. Don't stay in the same position. Don't move too much, but don't stay in the same position while you're talking on the phone. You want to demonstrate that emotion or distress by your body language and the change of your position. So there was so many little nuances, man, that I learned just being on set. So much set etiquette. He touched on set etiquette, the importance of being prepared, being professional, know your lines, wardrobe ready, knowing what the director wants. These little small things are huge in terms of getting recast. Getting cast and recast.
And if I could mimic him a little bit, what's he say? What does he say when you be on set? He be like, so what you want to do, right? You want to pull your hair back, right? And you want to, so we can get the shot. See, I can't get the shot if your hair is not where it's supposed to be, right? I don't know why you actresses always got to have so much hair. Y'all got to get your hair done.
Yeah.
I remember he said that to somebody. He said, I don't know why y'all actresses wait until we get ready to shoot to want to get your hair done.
You know what I mean? they got it all sprayed with and all kinds of stuff.
He said, you gotta fit the character. The character don't have a fresh do. I was oh my God. I can't remember who he told that to, but I was cracking
but you know what? Basically what he touched on is being a student of the craft.
Yes.
He talked about, looking at the actors are from previous, the actors that are being successful in this generation and seeing what's working. Seeing what's prevalent. He's just a student of it, and I see why he spits out movies.
And I like what he said.
He spits out movies.
Look at someone who's already a big time actor or actress that you resemble a little bit and
mimic. You gotta mimic that. Yeah, you gotta mimic it because it's working.
If their hair is already pulled back in every scene, pull your hair back.
Yeah.
And
it reminded me of what Jaden Kane from Luke Cage said. He said pretty much the same thing. Yeah. He talked about the goatee and how, how does your hair look? You know what I'm saying? You got to find somebody, just like what Rodney said, that resembles you, that's successful, and you got to stick with that and run with that.
Jaden Kane said that about Sterling K. Brown.
When
they were going up for the same role, and he was wondering why, but then he was like, "Oh, that's why."
That's right. And these little nuances makes a big difference in between getting cast, getting recast. These small things make a big difference, man. But people don't understand, like I said, how hard it is for a director, for an actor to win an award. It's so many roles in a movie, and you got to make sure you land one or get cast in one that first of all puts you in a position to try to get an award. And we try not to focus on that stuff. When I go into a scene, you go into a scene or a role, we're going in because we want to do well. Yeah. We're going in to do well because we want to do well at everything we put our hands to. And it just so happens that the outcomes happen to be award winning. But we try to do the best we can to be students of the craft, work on our craft, and just be focused on bringing my best. And that was my approach towards basketball. I just want to get better every day. Just like what we talked about, we want to get better every day as actors. I don't care how many awards you win. You want to get better every day as an actor. When I was playing ball, I wanted to get better every day. I don't care if I was an all-star, superstar, first team, this, all that. I wanted to get better every day. And that's the same approach that we have towards our acting. We want to get better every day. And he talked about that evolution from, that small character into those big characters. So that was great, man.
Yeah, that was
great stuff.
I love it. I love it. That was a great
Rodney-l-Cherry, he's that dude, man.
He really is. And like we said, he has put a lot
of
people in position to win awards.
He sure did.
He has.
And the thing about it is once you do win an award or awards, it puts you in position to get more gigs. Because you got the level, you got the actors who have it. It doesn't mean they're not good, because you have some great actors that's never won an award. But when you do, move into that award winning, and then there's the multiple award winning, and then of course the hierarchy of awards in terms of magnitude. So yeah, it's a great thing, man. It's a great thing. Yeah. All right. So we're going to roll into news and sports.
We're going to roll right into
news and sports. All right. In sports, Las Vegas, the main event of UFC 229 erupted into a violent skirmish moments after Conor McGregor was mauled into submission by Khabib. The Russian bettered McGregor over 4 rounds before eventually looking in a rare naked chokehold from which there could be no escape. McGregor tapped out after about 3 minutes and 3 seconds of round 4, allowing Khabib to retain his UFC lightweight championship belt. But within moments of the end, Khabib sprinted towards the side of the octagon where McGregor's team was sitting and hurled his mouth guard in their direction. Then appearing to point towards McGregor's teammate, Dylan Danis, he leaped over the top of the cage and jumped into the group. Chaos erupted with security struggling to gain control of it's like it was frantic, especially when another fight broke out in the octagon itself moments later. Finally, the parties were separated and restrained, but not before further ugly scenes, and Khabib was announced as the winner. However, as he was escorted out of the arena, he was not presented with his belt inside the octagon due to the chaos. McGregor's team were taunting Khabib, and Khabib just said expletives, and jumped over the fence and attacked them, commentator Joe Rogan said. TV photos clearly showed 2 men jumping over the fence and into the octagon, the first of which confronted and engaged with McGregor, with the second came from behind and launched several punches at McGregor's head. Oh, wow. Khabib's coach, Javier Mendez, told USA Today Sports that Dylan Danis, a Brazilian expert who is part of McGregor's camp, was insulting Khabib immediately before he hopped over the fence towards McGregor's crew. Dylan sent him off, I guess Mendez said in a text message. He set him off, you know what I'm saying? So Khabib was questioned by security from UFC and MGM, which runs T-Mobile Arena, after the fight. And Rizvan, a manager for Khabib, was detained by Las Vegas police, according to Mendez. The message left was the Las Vegas police by USA Today Sports were not immediately returned late Saturday. So Daniel Cormier, who's one of the orchestrators of the event, he said, "Hey guys, 2 wrongs don't make it right. Conor didn't deserve that. No one did. But some things aren't for fight promotion. Religion, family, country, throwing stuff in Brooklyn. For Khabib, it wasn't fight promotion. It was really personal. Look, it's different culture, man. This all sucks." Oh, wow. That's all I got.
Wow.
So from what I understand, from what I read, the research I've done, there is a pending rematch. At least McGregor wants
It's a rematch.
Yeah, he was looking forward to the rematch.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, in news.
It's
a lot to report. We're going to get right into it because we want to get through it all. Former Philadelphia Mayor Frank Rizzo. The mural in South Philadelphia is set to come down.
Wow.
Change.org put up a petitioning for the mural to be replaced with none other than who? Gritty. Gritty is the mascot for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Wow.
And everybody is jumping on board to sign this mural. Now, listen, the mural started out with at least 450 names, but has grown to at least 1,880 names, with more to come and sign. Now, on the petition, the people said the mural reminds them of his brutal legacy and the deep disconnect between the city we want and the unfortunate reality of the city that many of us had. They are all in agreement that the mural needs to come down. They want it to come down, and they want to put the mural up there with someone who everybody like. And one person, I was watching the news, one person said that the Italians stuck the mural up there without getting the approval of the city from everybody in the city.
Got you.
Okay, now former Mayor Rizzo was an American police officer from October 23rd, 1920 until July 16, 1991. He also was the Philadelphia commissioner from 1968 until 1971, and then he became the mayor of Philadelphia from 1972 until 1980. And then it also states that he was a Democrat up until 1986, and from 1986 until 1991, he changed his party to a Republican. Okay. Former Mayor Frank Rizzo died on July 16th, 1991, and the cause of death was a heart attack. And somebody said, I'm just going to say it the way they said it, he died of a heart attack because of all the havoc that he wreaked on the city.
I got you.
I mean, these people are like, they're upset.
Yeah, and I want to add to that because they have a statue of him in front of the MSB building down in Center City, around 15 and Arch, I want to say, and they're contemplating removing that off the steps. So, yeah, there's a lot going on as it pertains to that topic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And this also brings to the street name that another mayor, Wilson Good Sr., got. And it's a street name. It's on the 2400 block of North 59th Street. And that street will officially be known as Wilson Good Sr. Way. And a lot of people weighed in on that as well. They said that you would think a man who okayed the bombing that killed 11 people, including 5, which includes children, would be forever disqualified from having a city street named after him. But hey, this is Philadelphia.
Right. I remember that. The move.
That was the
Old Sage Avenue.
Yeah, Old Sage Avenue. And a lot of people came out and they protested the street name, for him. And I mean, people, how they say we will never forget, and people don't understand why the city of Philadelphia are honoring, in their eyes, those who do wrong.
I got you. Well, you know what? If the city wants to take on that perspective, they need to take that perspective to in all their arenas, including those that be giving out tickets too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Cause they be out there 8 o'clock on the dot like dog have 8:01. They writing tickets, so we don't want to hear that. Clean up everything. Don't be selective.
What you say? Clean up everything.
Clean up everything. They be out there giving tickets.
What you say? You got a few other things that they can.
That's right. Trying to meet their quota.
Trying to meet their quota.
Man, it's 8:01, man. I'm coming down the street. You got me a ticket, man.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, you get on my nerves. Both of these stories are very sensitive, so we want to make sure we're sensitive in sharing them. But we will bring you more on these stories as they unfold. But in other news, the Oscars are coming up. Yeah. The Oscars are coming up, and they are getting ready to choose who are going to be receiving these Oscars. And guess what? Guess who's up in the running?
Who's that?
Up in the running is Black Panther. Yeah. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Yes. Now listen, check this out. Black Panther has at the box office $1.3 billion in ticket sales.
Wow.
They said that Black Panther is the 3rd highest grossing movie.
Wow.
And they are like, this movie could very well take the movie of the year. Chadwick Boseman can take best actor, and even our boy, what's his name?
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, that's right.
Ryan Coogler can take director of the year, our other boy, Michael B. Jordan, can take the Oscar for best villain.
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
Here's the thing. They're saying that Black Panther has some stiff competition with A Star Is Born. And Star Is Born is Lady Gaga.
Right,
okay.
Right.
Now here's the thing. Star Is Born is not even out yet.
Right.
And they're saying that A Star Is Born is set to top Black Panther in the ticket sales at the box office. And people are saying, well, how is that possible? It's not even out yet.
Right. Well, are they selling tickets already?
So they're probably selling tickets.
That is not out yet, because that's a possibility.
They're probably selling tickets already. And the movie is not out yet. So they're trying to say that movie pretty much can be the movie of the year over Black Panther. Now, I'm like, I don't know. Right. Because everybody from 1 year old all the way up to 99, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, has turned out to see Black Panther. Sure not one, not two, but more than 3 times. People have gone out to see this movie. Not only in going out to see the movie, but with the
T-shirts and
T-shirts. All kinds of stuff. They're buying T-shirts. They're showing out in costumes at the theater. They're buying the DVDs. Yeah. I mean, they're saying that A Star Is Born can top all that by the time the Oscars come. I beg to differ.
We would have to wait and see that. But yeah, I had a chance to meet Ryan Coogler on the set of Creed 1. Very, very down to earth guy, man. I even posted, that's one of my, you know how you put your 5 pictures on Facebook, so I put that up there. But he's a very, very, just being on set and watching him, he's a very, very super talented young guy, man. This guy knows what he's doing, man. He has a keen eye and a sharp mind for movie magic, man. And we saw it in Creed 1. And we saw it in Black Panther. Yes. And I got to do my Black Panther impression and honor Ryan Coogler. You
know what? See. You get on my nerves. So shout out to Michael B. Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Ryan Coogler and Chadwick Boseman and the whole Marvel crew for an outstanding job. Yeah. Job well done. Yeah, we are going to be watching to see Black Panther take Best Movie of the Year. Yeah. Chadwick Boseman take Best Actor. And Ryan Coogler take Best Director. And Michael B. Jordan as Villain of the Year. Yeah. We are going to be watching.
Yeah. And you know, we're not taking anything from Lady Gaga or Bradley Cooper. They, from what I heard, they did a phenomenal job in this movie. Yeah. And especially, I hate to say especially, but Lady Gaga, of course, she's a phenomenal singer. She has a huge following, but they said her acting was good. It was very, very good.
And I like the fact how when Bradley Cooper, you know, told her, I want you raw without all your makeup, she ain't fussed. She took that makeup off. Yeah. So, you know, I happen to like her song Born This Way. That's one of my favorites. No question, That's one of my favorites.
The girl can sing.
She can sing. So I'm super, you know, I'm excited for all of them. Yeah. You know, all of them. But,
I was glad that, you know, she took off the makeup and stuff instead of wearing like a big steak. Remember, did she wear a big steak one time at one of her outfits?
She's known for her outfits. I love to see her in outfits. So, you know, shout out to Bradley Cooper and
Lady Gaga. Yeah, they did their thing. They did their thing.
Now, it ain't that some bleep news. You ain't gonna believe this.
What's that?
Suge Knight.
What are you crying about there?
It's not him.
Okay.
It's his son.
His son in jail too?
No.
Okay.
Listen to this.
Am I judging?
Suge Knight's son says that he has proof that Tupac is alive.
Oh my goodness.
And they said, okay, where is he at? He said he's alive and he's in Africa.
Well, wait a minute. But here's the thing. I mean, listen. People see Elvis on the train and catching a cab. So how come we can't see Tupac, man? Look, I'm with it. Tupac's still alive. I'm with it.
I was fine with him until he started posting pictures.
Well, bumping. I mean, look, if they can see Elvis bumping, I seen Sandy Davis Jr. on the L.
No.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting.
He posted a photo. He photoshopped.
Okay.
A photograph of 50 Cent with Tupac. Do you know how much 50 Cent loved Tupac?
Yeah, 50 loved Tupac.
Do you think that if 50 Cent took a photo with Tupac that 50 would not post that, shout that from the rooftops?
Well, unless Tupac told him not to, though. I'm just being devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying?
See, ain't that some bleep?
No, it's still some bleep.
I mean,
but listen, man.
Wait a minute now. Okay. He also posted a current photo of Tupac and Beyonce. Current.
Okay.
Come on now.
Well, listen, man.
You think Beyonce would not want to share that she saw that she was with Tupac, all hugged up on Tupac?
Well, listen.
And you think Jay-Z wouldn't have a problem with that?
I hear you.
Come on now.
Well, listen, my philosophy is this. Look, I mean, people see Elvis every other day. I'm seeing Sammy Davis Jr., Biggie, and Tupac. Who cares? I seen him on the L on my way downtown. The heck with it. We all just, we all can see somebody. You know what I'm saying? That is some bleep.
That's a bleep.
But look, Tupac, if you're out there, man, listen. Well, listen.
So you're in favor of this?
I'm just saying, if people want to say they saw somebody, I don't have a problem with it.
So you're okay.
Just don't go on your job saying some stuff like that.
So you're okay with this young man saying that he saw Tupac? That Tupac is alive and live in color and he know where he is?
I mean, people see Elvis. Nobody have a problem with that. So if people want to see Tupac, Biggie, and Sammy Davis Jr., why not?
You know what? You get on my nerves. You know what? See,
you know what I'm saying? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But that is some bleep news, though. I got you.
But, I just can't. I'm going to have to go on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go on vacation. This is not how this segment was supposed to go.
It's not how this segment was supposed to go.
Not how this segment was supposed to go. I had something differently, a different, You
was expecting a different response.
Yes.
I got you.
You got me all tongue tied. I can't get it.
You expecting a different. But you gotta admit though, don't you always hear on the news people seeing Elvis all the time, don't you?
I can't believe
it. For real. Let's keep it real.
I would listen, y'all. I have been bamboozled.
No, I hear you. But listen. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, me personally. You know what I mean? Because I guess people should be able to see who they want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you didn't. I guess you didn't calculate things.
I didn't calculate that at all.
I hear you, but it still is some bleak news because hey, look.
Okay.
However you want to look at it, it is some. It is some.
It get on my nerves.
But listen, they still got these people who they presume to be dead doing concerts, hologram concerts and stuff like that. So who knows, man? With today's technology and all kinds of stuff going on, who knows what's what?
Somebody help me. Somebody rescue me.
We're living in a matrix.
Somebody rescue poor
We don't know what's real or what's not real.
Somebody rescue poor Nikki from this. Kevin has taken over news and has agreed with Suge Knight's son.
No, I'm not agreeing with him. I'm just saying to each his own. That's really what I'm saying. Okay. Now, I'm not going to see Elvis, Biggie, Tupac, or Sammy Davis Jr., but for those that choose to each his own. I wouldn't go on your job saying that or, into heavy social events saying that. But, hey, to each his own, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not knocking where people's perspectives are. That's kind of what that is. But it's still, but from my personal perspective, that is some bleak news. I got to say that.
Moving on.
All right, moving right along. All right, so now it's going to be my favorite part of the show when we come back.
Yes.
It's going to be time for What is Bothering Nikee. This is the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and a whole lot of other platforms. And we'll be right back.
listening to the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio and so much more.
All right, we're back. Ready back.
But baby, now I'm a...
Oh, man.
I love me some Prince.
Yeah, Prince.
Listen, Prince told the truth in his music.
He sure did.
I mean, I'm trying to tell you. He was like, listen, you might not know it now, but baby, you'll find out. I'm a star.
That's right. And he was that and much more.
And much more.
Icon, legend.
And he talked about people in his music, too.
He sure did.
What's his song? I knew a girl named Nikki. Nikki was happened to be sitting in the audience.
Right. I know, he sure did.
And Nikki was like, oh my God, what's he talking about me?
Yeah, he sure did. Told the truth.
Yeah. He's one of those artists I truly love. He told the truth in his music.
And he was a musician.
Yes.
And the band was the band. It wasn't instruments. He had instruments, but it wasn't synthesized. It was the band. You know what I mean? It was organic music.
Yeah.
And he took it to another level.
I love me some. Oh my goodness.
Rest in peace, Prince.
Truly.
That's right. Purple
will
Rain.
Not be forgotten.
Yep.
And Purple Rain. That's my song right there. Purple Rain.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. With that said, it's my favorite time of the show. It's time for What's Bothering Nikee. What's bothering Nikee? What's bothering you, Nick?
Well, this subject is a little sensitive.
Okay.
But when we call people our friend, we call them our friend on the strength that they are true, they are honest, and they would not lie to us, and they would not hurt us. We take
not
them,
intentionally.
Not intentionally. We take them at their word. We stand up for them. We go to bat for them because, we're calling them our friends, and it takes a lot for some people
to earn that title.
Exactly.
Right.
It takes a lot. We break bread with them. We invite them into our homes. We let them meet our family. We let them meet with our other personal friends.
Right.
But I come to realize that the part that we have befriended is the mirage of the person.
Right.
And the illusion of the person that they are who they are saying that they are.
Right. Because that's what they gave us.
Yes. And so we take them on and, we feel as though they're supporters. They got our back. They do this. They're that. But then over time, the table starts to turn and the person begin to show you who they really are.
Right. And when you're going to find out if a friend is truly a friend, normally two circumstances. When you get a blessing that they didn't get, or when things go wrong. That's when you're going to find out if the friend that they portrayed or said they was truly a friendship.
Mm-hmm. So what's bothering me this week is this. Why do people hide who they really are?
That's a good one.
Why can't you just come out with it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
be real.
If you're this type of person, say you're that type of person.
Or just be that type of person.
Yeah, or how about just be that?
Mm-hmm.
I wish that, and someone told me when I said this to them, they said, Nikki, if that would happen, this would be a perfect world, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish people, okay, I'm going to put it to you like this. Remember when Cain killed Abel?
Right.
In the Bible. And remember when God put that mark on Cain's head so that people would know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I wish that some people would come with a
identifying
mark on their head so that it would help you to stay away from certain people.
Because after you look them in their eye, you can look at their forehead and say, oh yeah, they one of them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they one of them. Yeah. And you know what makes it a challenge? When there was a portrayal of goodness and friendship and all those things, and you've made investment into that. And, you know, in this day and age, you just got to hope that if there is going to be the curtain pulled to show who they really are, it gets pulled sooner than later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because the problem is this, when you show that mirage, you get the person all, you know, what is it? You get them all excited about being in your presence, having you with them, you know, being your friend, you being their friend. You get the person all excited
about being connected to them.
Yeah, and then when the mirage is gone and they see past what you initially started showing,
you're like, where did this come from?
You have completely messed that person up.
Yeah. Because
now it's like, well, damn.
You wasn't really what you was portraying the whole time.
And that's wrong.
And you wasn't being real. You were being deceitful.
And that's wrong.
Yeah.
And what is the first thing someone says after they have been deceased? Man, I brought you into my house.
Right.
You met my family. We break bread.
Right.
When a person says those words, when they say, man, I brought you into my house. You met my family. We break bread. You have done some damage.
Yeah.
You have truly hurt that person when they say those three things.
Yeah. And then to add to that, and on the flip side, with what you're describing happening in life more times than not, it makes you afraid to get to know new people. It makes you afraid to try to even attempt to develop genuine, you know, relationships and friendships and things like that. But, you know, my grandmother told my mom told us, if you can go through this life and say you got 2 friends, you doing A-okay. You doing well. And the bottom line is everybody don't deserve that title, because I got to stick with what the proverb said. A friend loves at all times. You're going to find out who your friends are when you get blessed, but more times than not when things go wrong, because the other proverb talked about wounds from a friend can be trusted, because a friend not going to hurt you on purpose. It doesn't mean that a friend not going to hurt you. They're going to hurt you because they're just as fallible and imperfect as you are, but they're not going to do it on purpose. And when they do hurt you because they're a friend who loves at all times, they're going to say, you know what, man, I thought about what I said. I thought about what I did. This is before you even come to them. I want to apologize. Now, sometimes they can hurt you without knowing. Now, that's when you got to point it out to them. Hey, I just need to talk to you. Want to know, let you know what you said, what you did, man. It really, really bothered me, really hurt me. And at that point, if they are a true friend, they're going to say, oh, you know what, man? I am sorry. I didn't know. I'm glad you brought this to my attention, and I apologize. But the root issue is that you can sense that they feel just as bad about hurting you as the hurt they made you feel. And that's what's going to bring the healing. And this is one of the reasons why, you know, genuine, authentic relationships that bring encouragement and inspiration and building up can't be put in place and last. And you know, it's one of those things where you start to say, well, dag, were you really real in the first place? Yeah.
You know, were you really real?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to end on it. You know, when a person show you who they really are, believe them. Believe them. Yeah. Believe them and just get away from them. Yeah. That's all you do. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. That was enough. That was well said, man. Yeah. That was well said.
Yeah. That's all I got. You know, because it's a hurt piece, because like I said, you invite people into your home, you break bread with them. Even if you don't invite them into your home, you eat with them, you know, and you fellowship, you commune with them. Yeah.
And there's another proverb that says, it was my familiar friend whom I shared my bread with has raised up their heel against me. You know, we went to the throne together. In other words, we went to church together.
Yeah.
If it was an enemy, I could take it because I know where they coming from. I ain't mad at them, but at least they keep it real. But it was my familiar friend whom I shared my bread with has raised up their heel against me. And it's really a proverb that really is interconnected with Judas the disciple, whom he shared bread with Jesus at the Last Supper. You know what I'm saying? And what it goes on to say is those will be the one that'll tend to knife you in your back, hurt you, and things of the sort.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way, though. And it doesn't have to be that way. Yeah. You know, because a friend loves at all times.
Mm-hmm. And some people...
And a brother is born for adversity because iron is supposed to be sharpening iron.
Yeah, and some people take that
and
for granted.
They take it for granted.
They
take it the wrong way. Take it to the extreme.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, when people show you who they are, please believe them. And you take your education out of it as you move forward.
Yep, that's it. That's all I got.
That was enough. That was good.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna get helped by that.
I pray so.
Yeah.
Because
I was helped by it.
Yeah, I was helped by it too.
Yeah.
You know. Well, we're going to take a break. Mm-hmm. And when we come back, it's going to be time for my favorite part of the show. Kevin's Corner.
Yeah.
You wanted to know what the Matrix is, Neo? Trinity? Try to relax. This will feel a little weird. This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything from clothing to equipment, weapons, training simulations, anything we need.
Right now, we're inside a computer program.
Is it really so hard to believe? Your clothes are different, the plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your hair has changed. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world as it exists today. Welcome to the desert of the real.
All right. Welcome to the desert of the real.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. I love the Matrix too.
Yeah, love the Matrix.
All of that. Yeah. All that. You know.
Absolutely.
And you know how many people actually try to do that when the movie came out?
I'm sure some fools.
I was one of them.
Okay. I knew you were going to say that. That's why I said that. Nah, you ain't no fool. You're smart and intelligent. One of the smartest people I know. Trust me.
I thought I could dodge stuff. When the Matrix came out, I still got popped in my head with the shoe by my mom.
I got you. Yeah, man.
All right. So now it's time for my favorite part of the show. Kevin's Corner.
All right. You heard the scene from the Matrix, and the big question coming out of the scene is, what is real? As we continue our 8-week series on the 8 characteristics of overcomers, today we're going to deal with overcomers deal in reality. Mm-hmm. All right, just to recap real quick, week 1, we dealt with the characteristic trait of flexibility, adaptivity. Week 2, overcomers never give up, the characteristic of perseverance. Week 3, overcomers don't try to go it alone. Even the Lone Ranger had Tonto. You need a team of people or persons that's going to be vested in your dreams, goals, aspirations, and your success. Mm-hmm. Week 4, overcomers engage failure as part of the process Celebrating those successes, no matter how good or bad, how big or small, should I say. Week 5 was overcomers celebrate every success, no matter how big or how small. Week 6 was overcomers fight smart, being purposeful as they move forward. And then today, week 7, overcomers deal in reality. And then we're going to tell you what that matrix is, because there's people living in the matrix in the world we know today. But nonetheless, overcomers deal in reality. So from a position of faith, they look at their world and their circumstances with frank honesty, understanding that if they don't accept where they are, who they are, they'll never know how to get where they're going. All right. So the definition of reality: the world or the state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an idealistic or a notional idea of them. A thing that is actually experienced or seen, especially when this is grim or problematic. A thing that exists in fact, having previously only existed in one's mind. The quality of being lifelike or resembling an original, relating to sometimes reality TV, or so they say. The state or quality of having existence or substance. Conversely, there's a fantasy world or matrix world called living in deception. One of the worst states to live in is self-deception. All right. Fantasy is a story or a type of literature that describes situations that are very different from real life or reality, usually involving imagination. And so overcomers have to be honest with themselves. If you're going to overcome pain, the first thing you got to say is, man, that hurt. You got to be real with yourself. You cannot live in the matrix of deception and saying, hey, that's not bothering me, when it really, really is. Well, we can tell that it's bothering you because when we get a chance to interact with a person, it's going to come out through your thinking. It's going to come out through what you say. It's going to come out through how you behave and how you relate to others, for an example. If you're going to be an overcomer, one of the many characteristics that we are going to have to do is deal in reality and not this matrix of pretending, this matrix of deception. Definitely self-deception. Nice. That's it. That's all I got.
Preach, Pastor. You know what? You got to get it. You got to get it. You better preach. You better preach.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
You know what? I love Kevin's Corner.
Oh, man, I love what's bothering me.
I'm telling you, I love Kevin's Corner because Kevin's Corner put it in perspective. And I listen. And for those who don't know, Kevin's Corner is KEVINKORNER, not C, it's K. That's KK. Right. Listen, I love it. Yeah. I love it. I look forward to Kevin's Corner every week because I get educated.
Well, you get it firsthand.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And I look forward to What's Bothering Nikee. And when I look at Kevin's Corner and What's Bothering Nikee, really what we're doing through both vehicles is challenging people to become better. You know what I'm saying? Challenging people.
And I like that. I tell you what's bothering me and you teach them how to do better.
That's it. But we both teaching people how to do better, and they both coincide together.
It work together.
We're trying to help people.
Yeah, I mean...
Because what's bothering
you?
Yeah, that's it.
We love you.
We're just trying to inspire and encourage. And there's many ways to inspire and encourage. And sometimes correction is a way to inspire and encourage. Yeah. If nobody never told us what we were doing wrong, how could we get better at it? Yeah. And then you need those people that can tell you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
And then, like you said, what's bothering me is probably bothering them too, and vice versa. And I am your voice. We are your voice to say it.
Right. That's it.
We are your voice because your girl gonna say it.
Oh, we are.
And
I think they already figured that out. They ain't gotta worry about that. They know every week.
No, I'm going to
say it. You gonna say it? Yeah.
And you know what, guys? Send me what's bothering you.
Yeah.
Because what's bothering you is probably bothering me too, and we want to talk about it. I mean, together
we'll read it on the air.
Yeah, and together we can help straighten some things out.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel that if people took the time out to voice what's wrong, you would not have so many angry people walking
less
around.
Stress, heart attack.
Less stress. Yes. Because listen, we are living longer because we're working out, we're taking care of our bodies. Let's get that crap off our mind and get that stress off our back.
That's
and
right.
let's start, talking out some things so that we can live even longer. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to live to be 150.
Yeah, that's right. And have a good quality of living.
I sure
and, just like Kevin's Corner, the same with Bothering Nikee, we're trying to encourage and inspire. And just like what I was talking about today, that self-deception, that's the matrix. That's the matrix. That's not the real world, And there's a proverb that says, he who thinks he leads and ain't nobody following, you ain't taking a walk. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like that.
You ain't taking a walk.
I like that.
But the leader who thinking he lead, he really thinking he lead. That's self-deception. You ain't taking a walk. So we don't want people to just take the walk. We want you to be that leader that others can follow. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Amen. I love it.
All right, so let's put it out there.
I love it.
We're going to put it out there. I'm actor Kevin-d-Benton, and on behalf of Nikki and I and the Kevin-Nikee-show, from the top, middle, and bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for tuning in each week, supporting us, liking us on Facebook, chiming in, just tuning in. We do what we do for you, man. We hope that every week you're going to get great guests, great music, great conversation, news, sports, and there's something that you can walk away that's going to focus on you being better holistically, whether it's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, materially, socially, relationally, and then even in the acting industry. So we want to just say thank you. But I'm actor Kevin-d-Benton. Follow me on Facebook at Kevin-d-Benton. I'm on Twitter at Kevin-d-Benton. Hey, I'm on YouTube as well. We're always putting clips up there, movies, short films. Just to, give our audience a taste of, what we can do. Hey, we're still growing and developing and getting better every day. Nikki's on YouTube. Check her out. Actress-Nikee-Warren on YouTube. Yes. She's a talented, very talented actress. And let me say this to y'all. Don't sleep on Nikee Warren. She is very, very talented, man. For sometimes it's just a matter of someone just continuously getting that opportunity, that big opportunity. But she can bring it. Yeah. She can bring those lines. So she can develop those characters. She can really, really bring it. And we heard, numerous. We heard Rodney say that. Jacole say that. She is. I'm gonna say it. She the queen of the one take Drake. I hope I'm not putting too much pressure on you.
No.
She the queen of one take Drake. She'll get in a one take Drake. I'm telling you, she does this habitually. I'll get in a one take Drake, but I might stutter a little bit. But I'll get it too. But she definitely is the queen of the one take Drake.
Well, if I'm the queen, I was getting ready to cuss.
What's that? Don't say the cuss word.
I was getting ready to cuss.
Yeah.
If I'm the queen, you sure enough is the king.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen, and I'm going to slide it right on back. Do not sleep on my partner, actor Kevin-d-Benton. I'm telling you, y'all can see it for yourself. Go on his YouTube channel, Men of Honor. What is it? Honor, right?
Honor, yeah.
Honor.
Yeah. I got a short film called Honor.
Listen,
I play a hostage.
Go check that out.
Yeah, that was one of my better performances.
Check out Honor. Yeah. Check out Omega.
Yeah, that was one of my
better performances. And then what I want you guys to do is we will let you know when Emergency Landing.
That was one of my better performances.
Check that out. Yeah. Watch him go through the 3 stages of anger. Mm-hmm. Watch that. Okay? Check that out. The gift you forgot to give.
Open.
The gift you forgot to open.
Yeah,
One Eye Willie.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Spending Thanksgiving with the Moretties. Yeah. Check that out. And check him out also on the web series Old Head. Check that out. And
London web series. Yeah, listen, I play a drug fiend. Yeah.
All of these characters. Now pay attention, because all of these characters are different, played by the same person.
Yeah. That's my goal. That's what I strive to accomplish.
You will not see the same character in any of these roles.
Now, you know something? I'm glad you said that, Nick, because you just enlightened me to something. Because I had a clip in Fairly Flawless where I had to get angry and slap my daughter. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why I didn't get cast, because they probably thought I was going to come on set slapping people.
Oh, you know what?
That's not my personality. That's not my personality. Everybody who knows me, like, I'm a peaceful, quiet, positive, inspirational, encouraging guy. So I'm like, I'm not sending that clip no more.
Even that one. Watch how he walks in with his 6'7" self, with his 3-piece suit on, and slaps the crap out of this girl.
And you know what? Everybody that saw that clip, they said, man, I didn't know you had, cause people that know me, I'm far from a violent dude. I'm very peaceful. Like I said, very encouraging, inspirational. And I'm gonna say this, I've never been in a fight.
Listen,
I mean, do I believe I can do it? Yeah, I do. I definitely believe I can do it, but I've never been in a fight. So I'm not a violent person at all. Then again, I ain't had to fight because my brother would knock people out for me. But anyway, but when Sharonda's husband, Darren, saw that clip, when they came to the premiere, he said, man, you was intense. I would have never thought that would have came out of you because he knows me that I'm not like that. But it's like you said, we as actors, we're creating characters and we're trying to be the best believable us. So I had to think angry thoughts when I was,
and we know y'all scene. What angry thoughts he was thinking of. That job. I
was thinking about my job. I'm like, come on,
stop. But shout out to you, Kev.
I mean, thanks, Nick. I appreciate the inspiration.
Every set we come on, he brings it. And I'm just going to be honest. It's there.
I try.
When you guys hear people talk about him on our show, they're not talking about him because they are a guest on our show. They're talking about him because it's true.
Gotcha.
He has had the opportunity to work with everybody we've brought on our show, and they have all said it, the same thing of him, because it's true. Mm-hmm. He's worked with them.
And you too. And they said the same thing about you.
And what they're saying about him, he has demonstrated on set. Yeah,
that's it. So, man. We're just trying to get better. But put your stuff out there.
Okay. So he don't want me to talk about him.
Because I'm dark skinned and blushing. My dark skin is hiding my blushing.
He don't want me to talk about him no more.
You see me trying to get off the subject.
He's trying to change it. Okay, you can find me on Facebook. I'm gonna take the focus off of it. I'm gonna take the spotlight off of it. You can find Stop it. You can find me on Facebook, Nikee Warren, on Twitter at Nikee Warren, on the gram. Hello, I'm Nikee. That's HELLO. I'm Nikee. Okay, and like Kev said, you can find us on YouTube. We got some stuff up there so you guys can see the talent for yourself. Right, it don't lie. Mm-hmm. Check me out in Omega when I'm cussing out the district attorney for his role that he's playing in this murder and trying to get away, trying to get off scot-free. Check that out. I got some more stuff I'm going to put up there for you. Check it out, and listen, I'm be honest with you. Hit me up. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Messenger and let me know what you think. Send me an email, the-kevin-nikee-show at yahoo.com. Send us an email. Let us know what you think. Let us know. We welcome every comment.
That's it.
We welcome it all. Let us know. Now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding our show, hit us up, the-kevin-nikee-show at yahoo.com. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns for our guest, Rodney-l-Cherry, you want to get down with him, you want to follow him, you want to get cast for some of the things.
That's right, you want to get cast.
He always got something going on.
Sure do.
Hit us up. We'll read it to him, get the answer, and read it back. And like I always say, who knows? Your email can be featured on our show.
We sure will do it.
Okay. And now, last but certainly not least, check out Jason's letter on Stars. Yeah. You can catch it on demand. Okay. Check out the story. We want to talk about it. And also check out the new movie that just came out.
The Hate You Give.
We want to talk about that as well. Let's talk about when we tell you guys about these movies, check them out.
Check them out.
God Friended Me. Check it out. Yeah. And also don't forget to check us out.
In episode 7, you're going to see us.
Yes.
Sitting on the second row in the church.
Yes. At a church.
Yeah.
And we also got something else we want you to check out. We'll tell you about that a little later. Yeah. We want to make sure that we can say that, with the NDAs that we signed. Right.
It was dope. It was dope meeting Joe Horton. On God Friended Me, played in Terminator, played in Blues Brothers. Yeah. He's a legend, icon, man. Shook his hand, told him, man, brother, you did a great job. He told me, thank you. It's just so amazing. Like, this acting journey for us is so amazing to watch. watch these people on TV before we got into acting. Now we're into acting. Now we're on set with them and meeting them and shaking their hand and taking pictures with them. And you had a chance to meet Tony Todd.
Tony Todd.
Legend, icon.
Walking up on
Candyman.
Walking up on a sister. And I remember Candyman when I was a kid. I used to go in there, Candyman.
Yeah, you had to say it 3 times in the mirror.
Say it 3 times.
Yeah, you took a picture with her. I mean, it's just amazing. And you know what, Nick? This is what I try to stay focused on. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like Rodney talked about, it can be a tough industry. You know what? We didn't get into it of course, there's something negative that comes with everything. But I try to stay focused on the positive. I'm enjoying this journey.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, when I walk on set and I happen to bump into an actor that I watched on television when I was a kid, I become a complete kid.
Yeah, kid in the candy store.
Can
I take a picture with you? Can I take a picture with you?
And the crazy part about it is that my facial expression, when I see them, it shocks them so much, so they just give me a hug and they snap the picture themselves. Yeah.
It's going to be real neat to see.
Yeah. Well, you know, it has been. And real quick, once again, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, comedian Edwin Douglas.
Edwin Douglas, you heard me first.
Yes.
Radio show.
I talked to him the other day. He said, Nikki, listen, I'm in celebration mode. I got to go. I was like, okay. I said, don't be fresh.
I hear you.
Yes.
All right.
Comedian Edwin Douglas, happy birthday.
That's what's up.
You heard, and listen, you guys, tune in. You heard me first radio show.
Yeah, you got some good guests over there.
Our sister station. You heard me first. Yeah. Listen, it's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We are everywhere, and we're out of here.
Peace.
Baby, you can't go on wondering where you belong. Let me help you find yourself, 'cause you don't need nobody else. Oh, you should be right here with me, babe. Instead of going around this brand new town, stop messing around. For all the lonely, lonely people out there, no one to care. Won't you come and stay with me, because I love you so. Tell me you love me so. Why love you so. Don't go, don't go. I love you so. Don't go, don't go. I love you so. Don't go, don't go.
You have been listening to the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio.